My son, which was my first child, appeared to us to not have any problems at all. First child, and we certainly didn't recognize any issues with him. So we actually went in for a routine heart checkup, which was done because of the family history of heart issues. So when we took him in and they told us that his heart function wasn't right, I was completely shocked. I remember making them repeat it because I was so sure they were going to say everything was normal. So that kind of kicked off a round of trying to get a diagnosis, which took quite a while. So by the time we actually heard about Barth syndrome, we'd been going through the roller coaster of trying to get a diagnosis now for, I'll say, a year or so, year and a half. We were really lucky that we had a doctor who was very keen to do the research to find out what it was that Adam had, because before that they were just really calling it EFE, which was just one piece of it, the heart piece. So when we finally got a diagnosis, it was a terrific relief just to have a diagnosis that we could then start to do some research on. The challenge was that there really were very few children known with that, and at the hospital that we were at, they had treated only a couple of others. So we were very hungry for information about anybody else that had Barth syndrome, because what does it mean to you when it's just a word at that point? So when I look at the difference between now and then, it's tremendous. Now we can look up from so many sources all the information about Barth syndrome. You can now look at all different aspects of Barth syndrome, and at the time we really didn't even know nearly so much about the other effects other than the heart, because that's kind of where we started. The foundation was the way to try to bring together the families. It was such a great chance to get to talk to other families, because you want to know what experiences other people have gone through. You think you're really alone out there, especially when you're talking to a set of doctors that only have treated one or two other kids with the same condition. They really can't give you virtually any answers, and this group has given us a terrific amount of answers. They've been great. Just talking to the other families alone was tremendous support. But the advances in research have also made a really big difference. Now they know what kinds of things not to give our kids in routine situations, and that's made the difference of saving lives in a lot of situations. Joining the BSF as a family makes a terrific difference to the outcome for your child. There is a ton of information that's available, and there's a lot of that is available on the internet, and yes, you can read it, and yes, you can download it, but without the context and understanding what is up there and really understanding the fullness of the condition, it's a lot tougher to advocate appropriately for your child. So joining this organization just brings so much information. It also brings a common set of other families with whom you can share experiences, and not all of that can be written down and posted on the internet. So you really want to become a member of the community, be able to ask the tough questions that face you on a daily basis, be able to get access to the world's experts on this condition. And it makes a huge difference when families join the organization, because that makes it stronger and broader for all of us who are in there. The more people that join, the more families that are participating, the more research can be done, the better our chances are for coming up with a treatment and a cure. It really helps everybody if people join. There's no cost, it's easy to do. I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't.